Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to episode 4 of our Fantasy Walt Disney World planning. I am so excited about today because today we're going to talk about, I guess we should call them extra fancy enhancements, little activities and things that I want to add to the agenda that are absolutely not necessary, but oh so fantastic. And I'm really glad that you're here. So if you've been joining me, you guys know I'm posting every day during this period of great unpleasantness. Our elephant in the room is ever present. It isn't that we don't know what's going on out in the world. It's that for a few minutes every day, we're choosing to deny it. So what we're going to talk about today is going to be those little extra special things. Those things that on a normal Disney trip you would never even consider as part of the budget. They're celebration things, they're extra things. Most of them cost extra money. Actually, I think all of them cost extra money. And yet they are kind of important to me. After all, we are celebrating my 50th birthday, and by my calculations, that's only going to happen once in my lifetime. So this is a go big or go home situation. Several of you have asked me, Jen, we've been planning this fantasy trip, but it kind of feels like you're actually doing it. And here's what I have to say to that. Yes and no. Yes, the trip is actually scheduled. Yay! No, I may not be doing quite all of the extras that I am putting in this plan, which is Jen's ultimate fantasy Disney trip. There are also certain elements of the trip, people for example, that I'm bringing in because of the fantasy planning part for just one event that probably won't be there for the entire trip. I would not make my mother go to Orlando in the summer for anything. So she is unfortunately not going to be there, but one of the activities that I'm mentioning today is something I've always wanted to do with her. So we're going to pretend that she is going to be there. So it's kind of a hybrid, right? Yes, I do actually have reservations at Walt Disney World from July 14th through the 18th. Will it be this fancy of a trip? Probably not. Will it have these fantasy people when I want them to be there? Most likely not, but it's still fun to talk about, okay? Also, a little addendum to my last video. A lot of you said in the comments when I was discussing the deluxe dining plan,
Hey, Jen, didn't you buy a Tables in Wonderland card?
well, yes, I did. And I completely forgot. So all of my calculations about dining plan, no dining plan, out the window because, of course, using my Tables in Wonderland card is going to be the way to go for this luxury trip with all of that signature dining. So forget what I said about the dining plan. I don't think it was going to work out anyway, but especially not with my Tables in Wonderland card, which I did do a video about that. So if you've never heard of a Tables in Wonderland card, I'll put a link right here and you can go and check it out. Oh, and I know I keep saying I'm going to get to it. You're like, get to the point, Jen. Do you like my dress? So this is from the Disney dress shop. It has all of the attractions on it. It is a little fit and flare with a halter top. I think it will be perfect for my birthday. In fact, when I came downstairs to film, Scott said, "You're wearing your birthday dress." Not to be confused with my birthday suit. This is my birthday dress, and I think this dress will be just perfect for my birthday. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with it. It is available now on Shop Disney. I will put a link in the description box below. And you are subscribed, right? I think you're subscribed. Surely you're subscribed, right? I mean, if you're not, I'll wait. Go ahead and do that. Thank you so much. That means the world to me. All right, so these extra special enhancements are, some of them I have done, 3 of them I have never done. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, there are 6 things on the list. So I need to dive right in because we don't have all day. Well, we actually do have all day, but let's not get into that right now. No, you don't have all day. You have other things you want to do. So the first thing on the list is a very fancy thing that it might surprise you guys I have never done, and that is tea at the Grand Floridian. They offer high tea every day in the Garden View Tea Room, I believe it's called, and it is not inexpensive. I'm going to share the prices of all of the things with you as we go, but since this is a fantasy trip, darling, Money is no object. Oh, by the way, this would be for my mom and I. Now, let me give you a little bit of a story about my mom and I and tea. So, mom and I went to England at least 2 times, maybe 3 times when I was growing up. Mom, you watch the channel. You need to let me know. I think it was 3 times. And we became lovers of afternoon tea. Now, this is the kind of tea where you have sandwiches and, scones and all of those lovely things. She and I were able to do this many of the days when we were on our Viking Sea cruise together, which, by the way, if you've never checked out those videos, they're right here. They are a lot of fun. It's over on the Joyful Living channel. But afternoon tea is kind of our thing, and it has to be authentic scones with clotted cream and strawberry jam. And she used to make it for me when I would come home from school. She actually knows how to make clotted cream, but we also had a little British store by our house that sold it. And it's just our thing. Anytime we can, we like to partake of afternoon tea. Now, the tea service that we would probably get, there's one that's $150 that seemed like it was a bit much. So we'll probably each do the Cheshire tea, which is $67 per person. I guess the one that's $150 is because it includes 2 glasses of champagne per person, but she doesn't drink. So we'll probably do the Cheshire tea, which is $50 per person without the champagne, $67 per person with the champagne. I will be getting the champagne. And it's finger sandwiches, scones, right? Don't say scones, scones. Okay. Let's see. Cheeses, tea, and then your champagne. So I think that is just a beautiful spread. It's served in a beautiful environment, and it just sounds like such a fun way to dress up and celebrate. So definitely want to do tea at the Grand Floridian. The next thing on the list is probably something that I would love to do with my girlfriends. We're going to do a spa day. Now, I've only ever done the Senses Spa at Saratoga Springs, and I loved it. Had such a great experience there. For this trip, I would probably choose the one at the Grand Floridian, but only because we're already staying at the Contemporary and it would just be the most convenient option. But either one would be fine. I could see us doing a little spa package, maybe a massage, maybe a facial, because a facial seems appropriate for a 50th birthday, right? And then definitely planning some pool time, which is why the Grand Floridian gets a little bit of an edge, because I do like the pool better there than at Saratoga Springs. The cucumber water and the big spa robes and, just my closest friends going out and having a beautiful time. Spa treatments run anywhere from $100 to $200 a piece. We would probably do at least 2 treatments each because, for the fantasy trip. And then I'm just a monorail or a boat ride back to my room at the Contemporary. So that would work out beautifully. I don't know where my girlfriends are staying, so they'll have to figure that out on their own. Oh, girls, I'm not paying for your spa treatments or your accommodations. Although, you know what? For the fantasy part of it, fine. I'll pay for all of it. It's on me. All right, so the next thing that is on my list is something I have talked about before, and a couple of you guys have asked me if I've done it yet, and the answer is no. And that is rent a pontoon boat. This has been on my Disney bucket list for a long time. It costs $45 for 30 minutes, which is very reasonable. I think Scott and I would have a fabulous time going around Bay Lake, seeing things from a vantage point that you don't typically get. He loves boats, so I think this would be a super fun time. And I just sort of picture myself sitting on the bow of the boat, waving to people. I guess a pontoon boat doesn't really have a bow, but you know what I mean. It'll be kind of the Jen birthday parade, and maybe we could stick some balloons on it or something. I don't know. But I think a pontoon boat ride would be fabulous for a special extra celebration enhancement at Walt Disney World. The next thing actually doesn't cost any money to do it, and I have done it before, but I've never done it for this purpose, and that would be watching the fireworks from the Top of the World Lounge at Bay Lake Tower. I've been up there many, many, many times, but I've never been up there for fireworks. I think I've always been a little put off that it's going to be really, really crowded, so maybe those of you that have done that for fireworks, please put it in the comments below what you thought, what time should we get there. Would definitely want to get a table, order some Prosecco, or maybe even some champagne, and watch the fireworks from there. I think that would be a beautiful experience. And of course, when we eat at California Grill, we would have the option to do that as well. Oh, if you didn't watch the dining portion of this video yet, you're going to want to go check that out, but make sure you've had lunch first. And as far as who can be there for that, everybody. Y'all can come, bring, Aunt Mimi and them, just bring everybody. And we could have a really good time up there at the top of Bay Lake Tower. So yeah, I'll see you there. That'll be fun. Oh, and we're going to want to do that on my actual birthday, which is July 17th. All right. And then let's see, how many things am I through? Oh, I have 2 things left. I think I'll end with the last one because it's actually the most fun. Another thing that I've always wanted to do is rent a poolside cabana at the Contemporary. Now, the cabanas are kind of, I don't know, maybe they've been there 5 years, 6 years, but they're just lovely. And I don't want one back by the main area. I want one of the ones out by the iconic circle pool, which a lot of people don't even know is out there. It's the coolest thing. And it's like all the same depth. So you can kind of walk around the exterior or, in the water. You can kind of water walk in it. And it overlooks Bay Lake. Absolutely fabulous location. For your money, and I'll tell you in a minute how much it costs, in the cabana, you're going to get complimentary fruit, snacks, and water and sodas. And I'm assuming it's just like bags of chips and things like that and a bowl of fruit. You're also going to get a safe to put your stuff in. You're going to get Wi-Fi, which I think you would have anyway. And I think they have a television out there. And the cost for the cabana is $100 for 4 hours or $185 for the entire day. Now, I don't know what we're going to want to do. So part of me wants to just reserve it for the entire day. Don't you think we should reserve it for the entire day? Yes, so do I. So anyway, I think that will just be for Scott and I, and we can just enjoy a fabulous day. Now you're thinking, it's July, it's going to be really hot. Not in the fantasy, friends. In the fantasy, July is having an unseasonably coolish time with low humidity and highs only in the mid 80s. I can do that. I mean, if we're going to dream big, or what's the point? This last thing is a place that I love so much. I have been there quite a few times now. It has really become a place where I go and meet my friends. And I absolutely know who needs to be there for this. I definitely need to have my friend Sarah. I need to have Coral. I need to have Allison. I need to have Allison's mom, Susie. I need to have Brooke. I need to have my friends John and Rogelio. I need to have my husband there. And that is, see if you can guess it, my favorite sing-along piano bar, Jelly Rolls. Now, Jelly Rolls, I didn't write down what the cover charge is because I always forget. I'm just like, here, just take my money. I don't even care. I want to say it's $15. It might be $12. I don't know. I'll put it right here. If you've never been, Jelly Rolls, of course, is 21 and up only. The guys who play there, Scotty and Rob, and yes, I know many of their names, which is slightly embarrassing, but who cares? They are singing some of my favorite songs. You want to take cash because you can do requests. If you watched the half marathon video, you'll remember that Brooke requested a song for Coral, which was really, really fun. And it's just one of those experiences that you have to go or you don't get it. Now, Jelly Rolls is very loud. Actually, one of my favorite places to sit at Jelly Rolls, where I've sat the last 2 times, is on the second tier. There are tables kind of in the back. Something about the experience for me, I have more fun up there. I feel like you have a little more room to dance, and yes, there will be dancing and there will be singing, and it's just so much fun. Now, there is no food served at Jelly Rolls, so you want to have a good meal ahead of time. I am a real lightweight, so I'm typically a 2-drink maximum and I'm done, but there is popcorn on the tables and it's just fabulous. I think last time all I got was hard cider, but they do offer, of course, margaritas and well drinks and all of that as well. But it just the whole vibe there. And when everybody is singing along and you just feel this unity with people, kind of what we're all feeling in the world right now, right? As we're just kind of united towards a common good of staying safe and staying well. In a microcosm, that's kind of how Jelly Rolls feels. We're all united in this love of music and our love of Disney. And yeah, it's just a fabulous place. And I definitely want to go there on my birthday. So I want to have my birthday dinner. I want to watch the fireworks. And then I want to go to Jelly Rolls with my friends. So that's my list. What would your list be? There are so many extra things you can do at Walt Disney World. Everything from private dessert parties to after hours events. So many fun things that, yes, all cost a little bit of extra money, but especially if we're doing a big ta-da celebration, what would be your extra thing? Put that in the comments below. If you're not already subscribed to both of my channels, this one and Joyful Living, please make sure you do so if you want to have a fresh video every day, a few minutes where you can come and just escape the madness and have some joy and positivity and some hope for a day when we will all be traveling back to our favorite places. Thank you so much for being here. Be good to each other, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.